Hey, thanks for clicking on this video. Be sure to subscribe, like, and all that fun stuff. Just got back from what could be described as the most amazing toy show in the history of toys and shows. Let's get to some footage right off the bat. So the Chicago's Toy Show, which is actually just in Kane County, about an hour away from the city proper. Walking in right away, I feel good vibes. I see Vinny, Horseshack from my favorite show, Welcome Back Kotter there. Even though I don't need these figures, it's a good sign to see them. Love seeing the vintage Star Wars toys in their boxes. It's insane that the boxes have made it through all these years. I knew as a kid, I only got the figures. I never had the ships or the play sets. But I tell you, once those figures were home from the Toys R Us or Dispensa's Toy Castle toy store, I set them free from those boxes right away and beat the living hell out of those figures. So it's nice to see them all clean here. I always love checking out items I've never seen before, like these vintage 1980 Remco monster figures. These go for hundreds on eBay when they're on their cards like this. I just acquired some Nintendo games, so I wasn't really looking for any more. I was hoping to find manuals for the ones that I just picked up, but no luck on that today. This is an awesome Bengali tiger toy. I bought one like this loose years ago and sold it because it didn't work, but seeing it here at the box, I might have to save up for this vintage tiger toy. In a row away, here's a similar tiger toy. Love the box art on this one, but priced at 160 bucks, I just gotta walk on by for now. The artwork on these boxes are just so eye-popping and amazing. Another good sign here, some Battlestar Galactica toys. However, in this line, I'm only looking for one more to complete my set, and that's Bore. Love seeing vintage Chicago items. Bozo is such a classic, and these are at a good price at 15 bucks. But since it's dated at 1988, I'm just gonna pass on it. If it was from the 70s or even the early 80s, I'd be all over it. And something I also loved watching as a kid was the A-Team. Here you have some figures I've never seen before, including the Bad Guy. Another classic TV show I remember watching for various reasons was the Dukes of Hazzard. And that aired from 1979 to 1985, and I loved all the episodes. Well, besides the ones with Coy and Vance, season 5, I believe. Speaking about things as a kid, not sure if I ever had a Star Wars costume, but I know I had a ton of these Evel Knievel figures. This is something cool. I've never seen this before. Walt Disney Tomorrowland play sets. Really neat stuff. The whole concept of toy collecting is mind-blowing. For the most part, it's just plastic and cardboard. And some toys go up in value, and some stay where they're at, and some even drop. These obviously went up. Way up for some of them. For me, collecting toys is trying to get that feeling you had back when you were a kid. It was kind of an innocence of just playing all the time and a little bit of schoolwork. And that's the time before you start paying taxes, work all the time, you get older by the second, stressful as an adult. So it's nice to get a little feeling of that easier times when you're a kid. And since I grew up in the 70s and 80s, that's the best time ever. Speaking about that, nothing speaks to my youth more than an Atari set. And watching the Monkees reruns. Never seen these Munsters figures before. Very cool. This toy show always has a ton of G.I. Joe items. And of course things you thought you'd never see, like this classic RC Cola ad for Lucille Ball. Who doesn't love Lucy? Speaking of love, these blueberry Kit Kats are hitting the spot for snack time. Well, it's 2 large halls down and 1 more to go, and some side buildings even. I was getting lost, but here I finally found the pudding. She doesn't want to be on film, so let's just keep going. She was finding some things of interest, like this rare figure, Shower Power Catcher from the She-Ra line. But again, priced a little bit more than what we wanted to be spending today. I'm not really collecting any more wrestling figures, but one exception I would make is for the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors. But at 400, this will have to stay here. We couldn't spend all day here, so we had to power through the last building just to take it all in. I mean, there's Blues Brothers, Ozzy, there's so much amazing things. It's all just too much. What a great time. I mean, usually Chicago in late October, you can get windy, rainy, even snow flurries. We were blessed with the high 70s. Sun was shining on us as we're going through building looking at toys and toys and more toys. It's like the Sears catalog just threw up and was there, and eBay blew up and was all over the place. It's really just an amazing toy show. And to end the trip there, grabbing tacos, it's just, what an amazing day. I'm glad I stumbled upon it. It's been going on forever, almost 50 years. I've just been going the last few years, which my wallet probably thanks me for just going the last few years. But let's check out the things I got. Like I said, with the Battlestar Galactica, I didn't really need anyone but Bore. I got him for $10, and the easiest, or rather the cheapest, you'll see it on eBay loose like this, is like $35.40, so I was happy to pay $10. He originally came with a club. I'm taking him out of plastic here. So originally he would have had a club, and originally on card, but can't afford that. That's a few $100. But he would have a little club accessory. But really, can't go wrong with loose for $10. That completes my Battlestar Galactica. Don't want any more. Early on in the show, these are the first purchases I bought. 2 for $5, so can't go wrong with that. Got the Emperor and my favorite character from the whole Star Wars universe. It's the original Stormtroopers. So yeah, it's pretty good. I don't think you can make their arms in a way that they can actually shoot straight ever, but it is what it is, Stormtroopers. Keep on firing. Those will go with my ever-growing Star Wars. I'm really chilling out on Star Wars stuff. You have to hit a point where you're like, I've got my AT-AT, I've got my Stormtrooper helmet. What else do I need right now? There is a newer Darth Vader helmet that I may save up for, a little over $100. But after that, Star Wars is too much. Exploding is way too much. And then a lot of the people that grew up with the classics and the vintage, the original trilogy and all that, they get like skeptical of newer Star Wars. So I'm just enjoying it all. I love Boba Fett. I love the Mandalorian. Is probably my favorite of the newer 4. And then Boba Fett, and then Obi-Wan, and then, Andor, whatever. It's good still, but it's my least of the 4 ones that have come out. But Andor, yeah, it's good. It's slower moving story, but it's still great. It's still Star Wars, people. I digress. Oh, no, I don't digress. I regress and progress and wear a dress. I don't know. Here's the Gamorrean Guard, the one that would hang out with the Rancor Keeper and, of course, the Rancor. It's a Bendham again. $5 would clean it up. Put it with my other little dudes there. To complete the Buck Rogers line, I just needed the Princess. She's not hard to find. I just paid $10 for her. She can go like 20, 25 loose on eBay. So again, I was happy to pay 10 for her. Her joints are real loose, but I'll find a way to stand her up. Ardella there. I'll find a way to stand her up so she can join her friends. And also, because the price was right, I already have Starbuck, and I have Starbuck with the cape. I've bought, I think, 2 of them, and I think I showed in the video from the last toy show, I think. And I kept the one that was really nice, and his joints are good, and the cape looks great, so I'm going to compare him to the ones that I have now, and see if I need to swap them out, or for $10, I can easily put this on eBay for $20, $25, so I just picked it up because it was right next to the Princess there. Last but certainly not least, so I was only going for the complete things. I didn't really want to buy any new stuff. So I wanted to complete my Buck Rogers with the Ardella. Wanted to complete the Battlestar Galactica with Bore. And I wanted to complete the line, the Clash of Titans line, which is a very hard line because they had a lot of swords and shields. They didn't have a lot of figures, but they had a lot of the swords and shields. Man, I'm not strong enough to get this. But I did pick this up, and I don't need him, Sharon, my Sharona. But I did need the guard. And again, he doesn't have his sword or his shield, but I will take him anyway, just to say I completed it. I do have a shield for this guy, Perseus, but I will try to get a sword as well. Sometimes you get things loose, but man, they charge, seems to be more for the loose items like a gun, shield, sword than the actual figure itself. But what sealed the deal for me on this lot was the card, because the cards are hard to come by, and the fact that he's still kind of in the card. It's opened at one point, but still, can't go wrong with that. All in all, very happy with my little purchases. Brought $200, spent $200. Oh, forgot to show you the big purchase. Not big expensive, but big. You know, on eBay you're gonna pay at least 18, 20 to ship an item like this. It was $20, so it's like I get a free item. That's the way I think of it. And here it is. Kapow! The magic of technology. It is Chicago against Boston. Blackhawks against the Bruins. Good classic table hockey game. This is the all-star Canadian hockey game. I would believe 70s on this. I could be even sooner, early. Love the sport in the original six, of course, being a big Blackhawk fan. Now, I do have another table hockey game that I think the figures are the same. So I will be able to... I have the Blackhawks playing the Flyers on that game. So I have Toronto and Montreal. I'm going to switch it out and let the Bruins go against Toronto in another classic original six match and play this. And what I mean by play it is probably keep it downstairs and every so often beg my wife to play, and then I'll beat her, and then she said, that's why I don't play with you, because you always win, and then you gloat like a little jerk, which I do. And when you win a game, you gotta gloat. You gotta... Anyway, thanks for watching.